Have you ever wondered why some people leave a party feeling energized while others feel completely drained? Why your friend can talk to strangers for hours, but you need a full day alone to recover from a single conversation? This is not about being shy. This is not about being antisocial. This is about something much deeper inside your brain. And today, we are going to understand exactly what makes an introvert different from an extrovert. But here is what you need to know. This is not about which one is better. This is about understanding yourself. And if you keep watching, you might finally understand why you are the way you are. Keep watching. The terms introvert and extrovert were first popularized by the psychologist Carl Jung in the 1920s. But Jung did not see them as rigid categories. He saw them as two ends of a spectrum. Most people fall somewhere in the middle. These people are called ambiverts. But the ones at the extreme ends experience the world in fundamentally different ways. And the difference is not about how much you like people. It is about where you get your energy from. Let me ask you something. After a long, stressful week, what do you want to do? Do you want to go out with friends, go to a party, be around people? Or do you want to stay home, read a book, watch a movie alone, and shut out the world? Your answer tells you more about your brain than you might think. This is the moment where most people would scroll away, but you are still here. And you are still here because something in you wants to understand. Do not skip this. The most important discovery in introvert-extrovert psychology came from neuroscience. Researchers have found that the brains of introverts and extroverts actually process information differently. It has to do with something called the ascending reticular activating system, or ARAS. This is a network in your brainstem that regulates arousal and alertness. In simple terms, it controls how sensitive your brain is to stimulation from the outside world. You think being introverted means you are shy? Wrong. What is really happening inside your brain is far more interesting. Stay with me. Extroverts have a naturally lower level of baseline arousal. Their brain craves more stimulation to feel alert and engaged. So they seek out social situations, loud music, fast-paced environments. These things bring their arousal level up to a comfortable point. Introverts, on the other hand, have a naturally higher level of baseline arousal. Their brain is already quite active. Too much outside stimulation pushes them into overdrive. That is why a loud party feels exhausting to an introvert. Their brain is not broken. It is just already working very hard. That feeling you just had, that small recognition, that is exactly what separates introverts from extroverts. And psychologists have a name for this difference. Let us talk about dopamine and acetylcholine. These are two neurotransmitters that play a huge role in personality. Extroverts are more sensitive to dopamine. Dopamine is associated with reward, excitement, and pleasure from new experiences. When an extrovert talks to a new person or goes to a party, their brain releases dopamine and they feel good. Introverts are more sensitive to acetylcholine. Acetylcholine is associated with calm, focus, and satisfaction from within. When an introvert reads a book, solves a problem, or spends time alone, their brain releases acetylcholine and they feel content. This is why extroverts get restless when they are alone for too long, and why introverts get overwhelmed when they are around people for too long. Neither is wrong. They are just running on different fuel. This is the moment where most people would scroll away. But you are still here. Keep listening. Now, here is something that might surprise you. Introverts are not necessarily bad at socializing. Many introverts have excellent social skills. They can be charming, funny, and great conversationalists. The difference is that socializing costs them energy. For an extrovert, socializing gives energy. For an introvert, it drains energy. They can do it, and they can do it well. But afterward, they need to recharge alone. An extrovert does not understand why you need to disappear for an hour after a meeting. An introvert does not understand why the extrovert keeps talking when the conversation is clearly over. Let me ask you something. Have you ever been called quiet, shy, or antisocial just because you needed a break from people? That is not random. That is people misunderstanding your biology. Something just shifted inside you. That memory of being judged for needing alone time. That is exactly what I am talking about. Stay with me for 2 more minutes. There is also a cultural bias that most people do not recognize. Western cultures, especially the United States, tend to value extroverted traits. Being outgoing, talkative, and socially confident is often seen as ideal. Quiet, thoughtful, and reserved people are sometimes viewed as lacking something. This is not fair, and it is not accurate. Many of the greatest artists, scientists, and thinkers in history were introverts. Albert Einstein, Rosa Parks, Bill Gates, J.K. Rowling. They did not change the world by being the loudest in the room. They changed it by thinking deeply, working quietly, and staying true to themselves. You are probably wondering where all of this is going. I will tell you. It is going directly to something inside you that you have never fully seen. The research on introversion and extroversion has important implications for how we live our lives. If you are an introvert, you need alone time like you need sleep. It is not a luxury, it is a necessity. You do not need to force yourself to be more extroverted. You need to structure your life around your energy. Take breaks. Say no to parties when you are already tired. Give yourself permission to leave early. These are not weaknesses. These are self-care strategies that work with your brain, not against it. If you are an extrovert, you need social connection like you need food. Isolation is not refreshing for you. It is draining. You need to make time for people, for conversation, for shared experiences. And you need to understand that your introverted friend is not rejecting you when they need space. They are just recharging. This war is still happening. Inside every workplace, every relationship, every family. The introvert who feels pressured to be louder. The extrovert who feels judged for being too much. Who wins? No one. Understanding wins. So what does the research actually say about happiness? For introverts and extroverts, the answer is that both can be happy, but they are happy in different environments. Extroverts report higher happiness in social, stimulating environments. Introverts report higher happiness in calm, low-stimulation environments. The mistake is trying to force one personality into the other's world. An introvert will never be happy forcing themselves to party every weekend. An extrovert will never be happy forcing themselves to stay home alone every night. You have figured it out by now. This was never about one being better than the other. This was about understanding what your brain needs. If you are an introvert, stop apologizing for needing time alone. If you are an extrovert, stop apologizing for wanting to be around people. And if you are an ambivert, enjoy the best of both worlds. The goal is not to change who you are. The goal is to understand who you are and build a life that fits. The question is not whether you are an introvert or an extrovert. The question is whether you are living in a way that honors your natural energy, because that is a question only you can answer. Thank you for watching. If this video helped you understand yourself better, subscribe for more psychology insights every week.